So on top of having to deal with permissions, NTFS share permissions and all that, another chore that we sometimes have to deal with in IT is controlling the amount of space that users use in our environment. If you've worked in IT before, you know you probably have users that want to store like their entire 5 terabyte pirated movie collection on the company's servers or the company's client computers and all that, or at least their 50 gig collection of MP3s, right? So we need a way to control how much disk space that users can use. And of course, Microsoft has provided us a way to do that. It's called disk quotas. So I want to show you how to set that up. It's actually really easy. I'm going to go here to File Explorer. And right there, I'm going to go to my C drive. Okay, let's say I want to configure disk quotas on my C drive. So I'm just going to go to the properties of my C drive. Okay, and then you're going to notice that I have a tab called the Quota tab. If I click on the Quota tab, I can click Show Quota Settings, and you'll see that I can enable quotas here. You'll notice that quotas are not turned on by default. If I wanted to turn them on, I can say Enable Quota Management. Okay, and I still need to apply this before it's actually going to get turned on. Okay, so let me zoom in on this for you a little bit. All right, here is the option that says limit disk space to. Now, guys, it is, the future here. This is not the 80s. We're probably going to want to give our users more than 1K of disk space. I'm going to give my users 2 gigs of disk space. We're going to say that maybe our users need to be able to store documents and things and all that good stuff on their machine, and they shouldn't go more than 2 gigs because it's just documents, right? So anything they store on the machine will be tied to their account, and it would be keeping track of that space, and at 2 gigs, at that point, they would be exceeding their limit. Now, if you did want to drive your users absolutely crazy, you could leave the warning level set to 1K. So every time they store anything, it's going to pop a warning message up. You're running out of space. Okay, we probably don't want to do that. Let's set the warning level. We're going to set it to 1.7 gigs. So when they get to 1.7 gigs, it's going to warn them that they are running out of space. Okay. Now, I've got log an event when a user exceeds the quota limit. Log an event when the user exceeds the warning limit. That means it's going to put something in the event log to show that this person has exceeded their warning limit and their quota limit. Okay. Now, if I apply this, I want you to look at this little red light here. I'm just going to hit apply, and I'm going to click OK, and you're going to see that it's going to turn from red to yellow to green, oddly enough. Okay. Once it's green, it officially means that it's on. Okay. But here's the weird thing. I've done this, but ultimately, this is actually not going to stop the user from doing anything in terms of storing data. They're going to get to 1.7 gigs. It's going to warn them they're running out of space. They're going to get past 2 gigs, and it's just going to say you've exceeded your quota. It's not going to stop them because this is called a soft quota. If you want the quota to be what is called a hard quota, you can select this option right here, and at that point, it will now force them to stop at 2 gigs. Okay. So that's how that's going to work. Now, what if you had some users that you needed to limit even more, or users that you wanted to limit even less? Like maybe I've got an IT person named Jane Doe who is sometimes going to use this machine. She's not an administrator, but she is an IT person that maybe does help desk or something. And I need to limit Jane Doe less. So I could go here to quota entries, open that up. Let me zoom out here for you. Open that up a little bit. And then from there, I can click quota, new quota entry, put in the name of the user, Jane Doe. And then if I wanted, I could now say do not limit disk usage for Jane Doe. So do not limit disk usage for Jane Doe, or if I wanted to limit Jane Doe more, I could. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to say do not limit. So we click OK. All right, at that point, we've now set a quota up for Jane Doe, and Jane Doe would not be limited like our other users, okay? And that should give you guys an understanding now of how disk quotas work. One thing I did want to say is that in command prompt, if I open up command prompt, there is a command that you can actually use for working with quotas. The command is called the fsutil command, all right? So I'm just going to pop into command prompt here, and then I'll show you real quick fsutil. So zoom in on that for you. So the fsutil command, if you hit enter on that, you can see that it does a bunch of things. Of course, one of the things being quota right here. All right. And so you could actually do quota management using command prompt, write a script if you needed to. You can also manage quotas through PowerShell as well.